am part of the Meskwaki tribe, the Sac and Fox Nation in Tama, Iowa. I helped organize this to coincide with the Native Nation March on Washington, D.C. That's actually happening right now as we speak. So send that support out to them. They set up a teepee camp on the National Mall this week.
This is dedicated to the 7th generation, those yet to be born. 4 days in Ochedishakawin. The moon and stars above Standing Rock, undiminished by the aggressor's Klieg lights, remind us of the infinity that cannot be bought, my love. We laughed when our little recon warriors, the bee-buzzing drones, smaller than your backpack, my love, made mockery of the circling helicopter, attempting to intimidate. That damn helicopter, ha-ha. Dawn till dusk, its futile track above our heads failed to drown out the calls of migrating geese and the voices singing around the drum. In that river basin of poor cell signal and low or dead batteries, I forgot the lighted screen and remembered the beauty of authenticity in your face, my love. In the center of the universe, we felt all the suffering of humanity and took courage in loving kindness. My love, on the hill where I screamed out all of my despair, you hugged me tight, even though we did not know each other before. Men and women wept openly, then laughed loudly, giving a child a piggyback ride up a sledding hill. As the Buddha faced Mara, we faced brutality with a pledge of no harm, the medicine of Standing Rock. If we don't stop this here and now, this is the future for all of us. As an Indigenous person, interdependence within a natural system is implicit. You can imagine then how painful it is to see the exploitation of the earth in the name of reaping resources. Those in power who control the narrative portray us as violent savages. The propaganda spread about the camp is that we are polluters and dirty. Yet not only does our culture align with natural law, it aligns with human law. This land is where your ancestors found freedom, because liberty was institutionalized by our people long before Columbus.
Oftentimes I have found myself in this fight for our mother and for our water alone. A lot of times I have been on ceremonial walks and runs with just maybe one other person, or a lot of times just by myself. I probably also kind of wonder, well, who is she? She's not really anybody. But that's just the point, you know. We can all do something, even as individuals in our everyday life. We make choices every day. We choose how we eat. We choose what we drink. And those are small things, but those are things that can make a big difference every day. So that's who I am. And also as a mother and as a member of the Swan clan, I have a huge responsibility to be to take on this fight and to join all of you. And this is the huge thing about Standing Rock in particular, is that it brought so many of us together, people that have not, you know, had any kind of inkling as to what we've been going through as Native people for a really long time. At a certain point, civilizations they crumble. After a certain point, after a certain amount of growth, they collapse. And we're really at that point right now, and I hope that everyone, I'm going to cry.
You're not alone. Yeah. You're not alone.
We're at that point right now. We are really at that point right now. We think that global, that's such a great, beautiful word. It is. The diversity that we have, that's beautiful. But the honest truth is that we have grown, we've bigger than our britches, right? So we have less than 30 years left of these resources that cannot be put back.
The Sierra Club began working with lawyers for the tribe at Standing Rock. We have been in partnership with Standing Rock for a long time. Our lawyers in Iowa brought a lawsuit on behalf of the earth and future generations here in Iowa. It wasn't just the tribes of Standing Rock that brought the federal lawsuit, but we stand together. We are asking the court for justice. We are not done yet. You have been in a struggle for 500 years, and we join that struggle now to stand with you for clean air, clean water. We've learned from you about the 7th generation and passing this on to future generations. We stand with you. We are not done yet.
We ally together for all people who want safe drinking water to live, because water is life. So I want to pray right now for everybody who's in DC, my Lakota family and the runners, that I pray that they are safe, that nobody harms them, that the police open their eyes to see what's happening to humanity in the United States. If this can happen to Native Americans here in the United States, it can happen to everybody else. And so we must pray together as one people to stand up for our rights and our liberties. There are Iowans that depend on this land and this water and this whole state to live. We don't have professional teams in this state. We have universities, we grow mines, we grow children, we grow crops, we grow our people. What do you do when your rights are under attack? You stand up, you fight back. You use your voice. We demand clean water. We have a right to it. We have a right to life. Water is life, and that's why we have to keep on them.
Indigenous people are alerting you to the truths about this flawed democracy. They are saying, wake up. We will carry the embers from the fires of Ochedi Shakowin to the four corners of the earth. I leave you with words from John Trudell, American Indian activist, poet, and musician. The great lie is that it is civilization. It's not civilized. It has been literally the most bloodthirsty, brutalizing system ever imposed upon this planet. That is not civilization. We must go beyond the arrogance of human rights. We must go beyond the ignorance of civil rights. We must step into the reality of natural rights, because all of the natural world has the right to existence, and we are only a small part of it. There can be no trade-off. Up and make it way to get goose and up and make it way to get, up and make it way to get, up and make it way to get goose and Kana penaya hoto yoshbaya kanaya ne we hawane waku senaya naya up and make it way to get, up and make it way to get goose senaya naya.
Thank you for coming out and standing in solidarity with Indigenous peoples.